Welcome back. We're here at MJ Harrington and Company in Newport, and joining me now is the owner of this fine establishment, Mr. David Lantz. Welcome and thanks for hosting.
Thank you for having us.
Well, we come here every year, so it's always a special visit. You have got so many events coming up as the weather turns from winter into spring.
We certainly do. We have a special bridal show this year that we are hosting here at the store, the first time we've ever done that.
Okay.
We have a Mother's Day event, then comes graduation, high school and college, and then into the summer season, which is always full of lots of activity with folks that spend as much of their summer vacation as they can up here.
Right, our population gets quite large in the summer.
It does, for good reason.
Let's start with the bridal event. It's on April 11th, and it sounds like it's going to be just a big open house.
It is, and we have invited a number of different vendors who will participate. The ones that you would likely suspect would be part of a bridal show. We will be here all day long, and we'll be offering the traditional jewelry store-related products, but we'll also have lots of booths. As I understand it, we're going to have them set up in different parts of the store, offering what they would be able to provide for a significant bridal event. So it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great. So if you're planning a wedding, probably, I'm sure everybody who's getting married this spring or summer has got most things in order, but the following year, you could come, check out rings, jewelry, look at caterers, photographers, special events planners. They're all going to be here.
Correct.
That is super. One-stop shopping. It sounds like a great event to bring your girlfriends to.
I think we hope it will be, and we certainly encourage everyone to come by on that day. It's a Saturday, and it's an all-day event.
Great, and we should be out of the snow by then. So
we hope so. Yes.
April 11th, we better be. Okay, and then the Mother's Day contest, which has been going on for 22 years. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's been one of my favorite events. It began when our daughter Katie was in 5th grade, and I observed them as both Katie and Megan creating little designs on paper, and I built their first designs at my bench at home, and then thought, what a great way to share this whole theme with kids in their classes. So Katie's art teacher, Connie Murray, was very encouraged by it, and that began with one class that year, and it has evolved to now, I think last year we had 9 or 10 schools, 4th and 5th graders, and there's a winner from each school chosen, and we make that winning piece for that fortunate mom. It's a lot of fun, very touching and very inspiring. Lots of neat ideas come from the kids, and and then we hand engrave. I match their handwriting, and I hand engrave very often a message on the back of the piece. So mom really has a keepsake that is very, very meaningful.
That then becomes every mom's favorite piece of jewelry, I'm sure.
It really does. I remember the first year's winner wore it. I probably saw her 6 or 8 times in the following 5 or 6 years, and every time I saw her, she had this piece on.
That's sweet. That's really generous of you too, because that's a lot of time and materials from your people.
It is. It's a really fun part of what we do, and it's an outreach that we have just thoroughly enjoyed from the very beginning. So
absolutely good. Well, so then we go for Mother's Day, graduation, Father's Day, so much going on. Let's talk a little bit about graduation, both high school and college. What are some nice things to give?
Well, they're clearly significant events in the lives of the people celebrating, and so often something that can be engraved, and it can be a watch, it could be a nice piece of jewelry, and now I do a lot of engraving on the back of really small pieces, and I do it under the microscope. So while it may not be really easy to read, it still clearly commemorates those events. So we offer that on just about anything imaginable. Even a small diamond pendant can actually have something engraved on the back of it or on the side wall. So that we feel is an important part of that that piece. Whether it's a timekeeping piece, watches are very popular still. Although people say, well, I have my cell phone. No, people still enjoy watches.
I love my watch. Yeah. So and that's great.
Easy to engrave. So that's a nice. And cross pens are still a popular item for high school graduates, especially heading off to college.
I think those are nice gifts because they're transitioning you from a student into the adult world. We need to have nice pens. We need to have a good-looking watch, right? I mean, it really is the rite of passage.
Yeah, it is very definitely a rite of passage. And then when they head off from their college graduations out into the big real world, the same sorts of things are really appropriate and important, and most people that I know have college graduation gifts that they still have.
Right.
They may not use them every day, but they really have special meaning. That 4 years of intense work has something there to be a
super
memory.
Well, you give so much to the community, and thank you so much. The bridal event sounds like a blast, and thanks for continuing that Mother's Day contest. Sounds like another great event. Thanks for hosting us this week.
Great.
Take care.
My pleasure. Thank you, Lynn.